Welcome to Singapore's Changi Airport in the far east of the country. It does feel a bit weird to say it like that. I just landed a few minutes ago on a short hop from Saigon, and my next flight, the second of 4 to get me to Mexico, is on Singapore Airlines in their long-haul economy product to Tokyo Haneda. My flight landed in Terminal 3, and that's also where my next one will take off, which was very convenient. Either way though, Changi is pretty easy to get around. The airport is split into 4 terminals. Terminals 1, 2, and 3 are connected airside, so you can easily walk from one to the other, and you'll pass through them without even knowing which you're in. There are also some air trains to help you get around a bit quicker. If you need to get to Terminal 4 though, you'll need to take a shuttle bus. Just follow the signs, there are lots of them. Later tonight, we'd be taking off from Terminal 3's A gates. Before we explore a bit more and head up to the lounge though, let me welcome you to the channel if you're new here. My name is Kevin, and I am the Flip Flop Traveler. I'm here to give you honest content about flights, hotels, trains, and cruises. I paid for this trip out of pocket, and the price that I paid is in the description below, as always. Singapore Airlines had no knowledge that I'd be filming today, and I didn't receive any compensation from them. Everything in this video is my personal opinion based on my unique experience. The rest, I'll let speak for itself. Let's get into it. I'll speak in more detail in my ANA video about how I found this fare, but I should really stress, it has more to do with luck and good timing than just about anything else. These first 3 flights were on the same itinerary. 2 in economy on Singapore Airlines, or SQ, and then the third from Tokyo to New York on ANA in their first class suite, which cost me a total of 55,000 Amex membership rewards points, plus around $100 in taxes and fees via Avianca's Lifemiles. By most metrics, that's around half of what it would normally cost, if you could even find the first class availability to begin with. At the time of these flights, I was Star Alliance Gold, but that didn't give me access to SQ's Silver Crisp Business Class Lounge. SQ is one of the few airlines out there who segregate their lounges based on elite status and class of service. For Star Alliance Gold members flying in economy, they have the KrisFlyer Gold Lounge, which honestly is still a really good lounge. Completely remodeled and then reopened after COVID restrictions were all lifted, it's a large and open space with a variety of seating areas. Where you first walk in, there are some shared seating areas with plenty of space for charging devices, and then it leads into the primary seating area and then the buffet. Past the buffet and around the corner, the seating areas continue. I had a few hours in between flights here, and this is actually where I matched all of my soundtracks from my recent India videos. It's weird the little details like that you remember. The buffet here was smaller in scale than the business class lounge, but the food was no different, and I wouldn't be surprised if all of these same dishes were on offer over there, plus a few more. As we soon head to the gate, it's good time to speak about how Japan and the 777s fit into SQ's network. The Tokyo Haneda flights only started for SQ in 2010 when they launched double daily flights in addition to their existing Narita services. Currently, they have 3 daily to Haneda and 2 to Narita, giving SQ a good chunk of the 13 total daily flights to Tokyo. SQ also serves Fukuoka, Osaka Kansai, Nagoya, and Sapporo, for a total of around 11 daily flights from Singapore to Japan. This is in addition to the 1 continuing service that SQ has between Narita and LAX. SQ deploys a variety of aircraft to Tokyo, so I'd caution you to always pay close attention when you're booking. They're not really known for last-minute aircraft swaps, so what you book is probably what you're going to get. The reason I mention this is since they do also fly their regionally configured 787-10s to Tokyo, for some reason that I honestly don't understand. Our flight tonight though would be on a 777-300ER, of which SQ currently has 26 and all in the same configuration, with 4 first-class suites, 48 business class seats, 28 premium economy, and 184 in the back. I should note that SQ is one of the few dwindling number of carriers which still has their 777s in a 333 configuration in economy. At one point, SQ was the largest operator of 777s in the world, at their peak of 58 frames in 2005. But Emirates has since nearly tripled that. SQ began flying the 777-200ERs in 1997, and these 300 ERs started back in 2006. Our aircraft today was one of the first they received. In addition to Japan, SQ has an extensive network covering, or at least touching, 5 continents. with nearly 80 international destinations. All flights from Terminals 1, 2, and 3 have security at each gate, and once inside the seating area is split up into boarding groups, a newer development which I appreciate. Boarding began around 10 minutes late, but was more or less quick and orderly. As we board, let's take a look at tonight's flight stats. Here's your friendly reminder to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with friends and family. Those are truly the easiest ways, all free for you, to help the channel continue to grow. If you'd like to support me further, my Patreon is also linked in the description below. Thanks very much in advance. Passing through business and then a smart-looking premium economy, we come to the fairly demure powder blue and beige economy cabin. Soon after making my original booking, I paid $60 directly to SQ for one of these extra legroom seats in the first row. Legroom in their regular seats is decent, but for economy flights over 3 to 4 hours, I like to be able to get in and out of my seat without disturbing my neighbors, so for me it's well worth the $60. Each seat has a pillow and a blanket on it, neither of which was needed for quite a while since it was stiflingly hot on board until at least 30 minutes after takeoff. You could actually hear everyone fanning themselves with the safety cards. For the first row of seats, the armrests are immobile, slightly reducing the seat width, and the tray tables are inside. For the aisle seat only, the monitor is also stowed in between the seats as it's misaligned with the bulkhead. Each seat has a fully adjustable headrest and its own universal outlet and USB port. Legroom is sufficient but not expansive. Note that the center section of these seats is where the bassinets will be mounted if there are any infants traveling. The safety video began to roll, and so did we, as we pushed back nearly 30 minutes behind schedule. If you're looking for the seat with the best views, this one definitely is not it. So let's taxi and get this show on the road. We would make our way clear over to the other side of the airport, passing by the Terminal 5 construction along the way. The spool up, takeoff, and airport stats are coming up next. Alright, let's take a look at some of the comforts on board. The pillow is standard for all economy services on SQ and is a nice and plump offering. The blankets they use I'm not a fan of though. They're fleece and generally just too warm for me to begin with, but they also just start to look really ratty pretty quickly. Mine is perfectly clean, but it could be 6 months old or 10 years old, we will never know. In-flight entertainment is what brings everyone on this plane together though, as we had the same decent assortment back here. Over the past year, SQ has increased their offerings for entertainment. specifically the movies, with around 100 more titles now than the year prior. Both the remote and the touchscreen are responsive, and the in-flight map works really well. Dinner service started soon after we reached cruising altitude, and we were given a choice of chicken and rice or fish and rice. I went with the former. The main dish was fine, nothing special, but nothing to complain about. Overall though, combined with everything else, it was a really good meal. In addition to the bread and butter, we also had cheese and crackers, soba noodles and sauce, a raspberry dessert, and a water cup. I appreciate that there's metal cutlery, but I do need to ask, why are they so small? The only thing I really didn't enjoy was the tray table itself. It wasn't broken, but you know how most of them, when they come out of the armrest, they have a bit of give to them? Well, that combined with the heavy and slippery meal tray made for a bit of a juggling act, and by the end of the meal, I would have loved to have a cup holder or something right about here. After the meal service, I had around a 2 or 3 hour nap, waking up to a passenger who was not too happy with the bassinet comfort and caught the sun as it was just beginning to give off its first light. At this point, it was still a very dark and sleepy cabin, around 90 minutes before arrival. A quick check of the bathroom showed the standard SQ amenities in the counter drawer, as well as the super shiny interiors that they have on all of their 777s. These were kept spotless throughout, and from what I could tell, they checked in between each passenger. Soon enough, we were approaching Tokyo from the southwest, and luckily I was able to get some beautiful views peeking out from behind the wing. I'll let you enjoy the approach. Airport stats are coming up. If you head down to the description, you'll find my next 5 videos to come out, as well as other bits and pieces like the soundtrack titles featured in this video, as well as links to a bunch of my other SQ videos. On your way down there, don't forget to subscribe. I release full-length videos every Thursday and Saturday. So overall, it was a perfectly acceptable flight, in the grand scheme of things, above average. But there's not much to be excited about on these short north-south red-eyes. To be honest, it doesn't matter though. I was just happy to get off and head to the ANA Suite Lounge for a shower and a bit of downtime on my 4-hour layover. Service, as always on SQ, was on point, but considering the nature of the flight, I didn't really see the crew that much, which is expected. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video today. If you did, please be sure to click that like button and subscribe with notifications on to make sure you don't miss out on any of my upcoming content. I publish 2 full-length videos each week. I'll see you next time from the Hyatt Zilara Resort in Cancun, Mexico. Oh, and as always, thanks for watching until the end.